Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. With your faves, Kevin Nazem featuring Jade, Gwenny, Gwen Johnson. Neither of which are here. But we're holding it down. We're holding on the fort today. And I'm really looking forward to today's show. Today is, let's just start and get the formalities out of the way. It's Tuesday, December 28th. The time is now 8:04 a.m. It's going to be a good day. This morning I woke up and I was totally fooled by the sun this morning. I don't know if it's in my mind because I'm so tired why I felt like it was 5 a.m. when it was already like 6:30. I don't know if it just really looked that overcast and dark. But we at that time of the year when the sun and all just walk out, but I mean in a rush to get up. The sun and all walk out is not rushing to get up in the mornings. So make sure you set your alarm. All of you guys like me who usually rise with the sun. Sometimes if you wait on the sun, you might be a bit late. So make sure you set your alarms. But got in this morning. Jade isn't here like I mentioned before. Hopefully she joins us tomorrow. Jade, I hope you're listening, because I'm probably going to mash up all morning. But of course, we can't look past the fact that this past weekend was Christmas. And I really hope persons had a great Christmas. Look, what day is the best day for Christmas to land on? When Christmas land on the Saturday and the Sunday, it'll feel real weird to me. I don't know about you guys, but it'll feel kind of strange to me. So I've been thinking. I think my best day would be if Christmas falls on a Friday. Yeah, if Christmas falls on a Friday, it might just feel a little better. I think for me, it's just a matter that I ain't huge into like the Boxing Day activities and stuff like that. So it's just about the feeling as opposed to looking. And not only that, it don't matter to me in terms of work anyway, because whatever day it fall on, I'm probably going to be working like lots of days before and lots of days after. So it's not like I get the holiday. So I know for different people have different considerations. But yeah, you guys on the live especially, you could tell me what day is your favorite day for Christmas to land on. But I just wanna tell everybody, I hope that you had an amazing Christmas day. Hopefully you spent it with loved ones, family, and like I was saying last week, I understand that this time it could be very rough on some people. Like when the Christmas season comes around, and especially when loss is fresh. When loss is fresh, this might be the first year that there might be a loved one, a family member that's absent for whatever reason. It could be pretty hard on those people. So for those people who it may have had a little bit of a rough time or even a lot of a rough time this past week, just sending you good vibes, love, light, peace, and hopefully as time rolls on, this day, as difficult as it might still be, you become better at coping and dealing with with the emotions that come up because of the loss of your loved one. But for a lot of us, Christmas is spent with friends. Christmas is spent with family, in particular, and I think even if your family does upset you, and it always you're gonna end up in some confusion. Look, the amount of people that I reach out to the evening, I was just like, I just want to get away from my family. But they're going back next year. They're going back next year. As much as these people that annoy you, you're going back next year. And I know for a fact that, we're human. We're not ideal. we're not ideal persons. I mean, we're not perfect. And so situations where humans are interacting might not always God's plan, but you want them to go as they will. Right? You want to be around loved ones, you want to be around your family, you want to be around people that you know genuinely care for you. And that's one of the funny things about family, where it's like they might not always be your favorite people. But if we're lucky, and I say that because this might not be the case for everybody, but if we're lucky, we may actually be able to have some people that we know we could depend on, and that we know genuinely have our best interests at heart, even in the imperfections. So yeah, for everybody listening, now we look forward to the new year. And of course, remember, we are on the mission this year, guys. Make it to 2022. So hopefully you guys are taking that seriously. And I heard of several incidents on the weekend, some of which could have gone really bad. As we're gonna talk about a bit later, like, the world has lost one of its strongest and most recognized voices for equality and just in morality in general. And of course, I'm talking about Archbishop Desmond Tutu from South Africa, and we'll speak a bit more about that later. But yeah, he's telling us that is showing us that it's not guaranteed. Like, you could get right up to the week before and not make it to 2022. So we're gonna have to remain vigilant. We're gonna have to remain responsible. Cognizant of the fact that, hey, this is a mission. Make it purposeful. Speak it into existence that you will make it into 2022 and beyond. And because everybody don't have that privilege and that pleasure. Right? But as the new year comes, everybody starts to talk. There's a couple of things that happen at the end of the year. People start to do self-reflection. Right? Which is a good exercise if done properly. I think it should be a constant thing, not just wait till the end of the year. Sometimes you miss some things. And maybe that's what's going on with some of us. Some of us, we're trying to think we're making ourselves better, but we don't miss some things. I don't know if it's willfully ignorant or purposeful. But yeah, I'm looking around. Some of us missing things that we're supposed to be working on it. But yeah, we start working on what we want to do better, what we want to do with our life, what we want to see with our lives. And hopefully we're making some plans to go along with those things. Some tangible, reachable, attainable goals that we could really, put things in place to try and achieve them, as opposed to just like these random weird things. I want some of y'all to tell me what your New Year's resolutions are as well, as we go through the week. And don't tell me the ones that everybody have. Like, I want to be a better person. What do I even mean? Can you say vague much? Vague. I want to be a better person? What does that even mean? We have to be specific. By the end of the year as well, we start looking back at things that happened, not only to us, but us in general. And because we here on Island Tea come in here and bang them out and things are happening, we've discussed a lot. And I'm really looking forward to Jay to join me so we could discuss some of the bigger stories of the year and some of the bigger talking points of the year. And I think we're gonna have a lot of fun doing that, because we've had some wild stories this year. Everything from Chuxi to what? I think that story with the guy stealing the police car, that was this year or last year. Somebody got to tell me, because that's still one of my favorites. The man take up the police car, drove it to town, because he needed to get to Digicel. And then when he finished, tell the police with the cab here. That was one. That was definitely one up there. But I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it until we start like discussing them together. But yeah, you guys are gonna need to come in on the conversation as well. So prepping you guys for everything that I need from y'all this week. I need New Year's resolutions. I also need to hear you guys' favorite stories of the year. But also at the beginning of the year, everybody starts doing like the list. In terms of the best this, the best that, best music for the year, best movies of the year. And we're going to come up with a nice creative list that we could do here at Island Tea. Apart from just the moments that we talked about. But everybody start doing the list. Everybody start comparing. And it's just a time. I think what happened is the end of the year is a time for reflection, like I said. It's reflection. Like people just looking back to position themselves to move forward. And that in itself is a good exercise, I think. Something that I think needs to be replicated more throughout the year. Not only at New Year's time or at the end of the year, but hopefully that is something that we could all work on to continually be reflective, to continually strive to improve, and make that an ongoing process. That should actually be like what we're doing with life, eh? I mean, people talking about purpose in life and thing. Like I think if you go with the betterment stance, and when I say betterment, of course I'm talking about bettering yourself as a person, continually to grow and evolve. But also I believe more importantly to do that in service of the whole, like to do that in service of humanity, not just your village, not just your country, but for humanity on a whole. I think we all have our small but significant parts to play in this thing that we call humanity. And the only way that we could maximize our contribution is to continually seek to be the best versions of ourselves, and then to be willing to give that to the world. But at the same time, we're at a place where people trying to figure out where the next meal coming from and how they're going to pay this bill that on the table watching them for the last 2 months. Remember they say skeleton locking off now, yeah. Remember they say skeleton locking off. So y'all got to basically get y'all act together. Yeah. Skeleton say, oh, y'all got money now? Pay us. But for those of you, but y'all understand, like, I had to talk about betterment and evolution and what I could be if I were to make these small changes in my life. When you got all these things that are very pressing, staring you in the face. So, hold on. Okay. But yeah, so it's hard to do that when you got a lot going on, when you got a lot of stuff on your plate and stuff like that. But at the same time, it kind of needs to happen. That's the only way we're going to move forward. This generation building on what was there before, and the next generation building on what we would have put forward. Right? And then again, like I say all the time, we have to figure out what type of society we're trying to build and just act accordingly. I think because people getting more and more selfish, more and more concerned with their own self-interest, that we creating a society where there's so much tug-of-war and so much tension and friction. And yeah, sometimes you need challenges and whatever, but when an entity fights against itself, generally it doesn't bode well. So like when I see all these conflicts that we have in as a society, like humanity in general, sometimes it make me wonder, like, where are we going? Like, where are we going? Where this is going to lead to? And if this is going to be what it is moving forward. But these are just questions I'd be asking to myself when I'm home, so I don't... I definitely don't have the answers. But These are things that we really need to discuss. These are things that we really need to think about, and then act accordingly. But guys, just so you know, it is tea time. Hee. We've been singing this song to Kevin in here, but I can sing it today. Even with my tired voice. Y'all go hear that tired? It was a long weekend. Just before I start spilling the tea. This weekend, so you had Christmas Eve, right? Well, let me start from last Wednesday. You kind of have to take in the carnival shows. So last Wednesday, they had the swimsuit pageant. Then the Thursday, it was Soca Monarch. The Friday would have been Christmas Eve. So y'all know what Christmas Eve is. Nobody got to tell you what Christmas Eve is. And thank the committee for taking Soca Monarch off Christmas Eve. Because there was a few years where it kind of dropped on Christmas Eve and it was, yeah. I don't know if I want the carnival committee to be doing things on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Yeah, I don't think I'm comfortable with that. It has to be something that is low impact. It can't be something that feels like you're competing with Christmas Eve traditionally. And that's something that we can talk about, the fact that like how this year felt as opposed to previous years. Just like Christmas. Y'all felt the Christmas spirit, y'all felt Christmassy. I felt less Christmassy now than I have, but then again I keep wondering if it's just me. Because maybe I'm just getting older and just less impressed with all this type of tradition and pomp and all of them things. But I don't know. So you had Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, them two things that move off. Then you had Chatterbox Juve, right? Then, so that would have been the Sunday, yeah. The Monday, you then go into, what was it? Bubble Juve. And let me talk about Bubble Juve for a minute. Well, not long. Big up the unvax revelers. I know most of y'all would have seen the video of the guy in the tree and on the roof. Like, them man had vibes. Like, how is it that you have a bubble juve, which means only vaccinated people could enter, but for some reason the unvax still was able to be the star of the show? You can't keep the unvax down. You can't keep the unvax down. The unvaxxed will do as the unvaxxed will. You understand? At first, I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was scared out of my mind. I couldn't believe I was in. Now, bear in mind, I'm at the event, so I'm looking at the camera feeds when the drone picked up the fact that there was a man. Well, but not even a man. There was, let's just say, a guy who was on the top. Look, when I say he on the top of the tree, I'm not talking about like he's in the tree, like kind of to the top. And the man is literally standing on the top of the tree. His feet are on the highest point of the tree. If y'all can understand what I'm saying. There's no tree above him. The man is literally standing on the tree. And enjoying his juve. The man walk out, y'all ain't gonna stop me. Y'all ain't gonna stop me. Vax or unvaxxed, I will revel this morning. And then after a while, they ended up moving from the tree, moving over to the roof, and took it and made it a roof lime now. So, watch. St. Kitts people, but y'all know the party by. That's one thing. We can't take it from our by. Man walk out, he ain't missing the juve for nothing. Vaccine or no vaccine. And then man take over the show. My snap yesterday, like my WhatsApp status, is just a bunch of tree. Coming down the line, a bunch of tree. The funny thing about it is, and I got mash up Terror about this, DJ Terror happened to be the DJ that was playing at the time. So they had his name up on the screen. So one of my friends from, where is he from? St. Thomas, messaged me. I was like, why is the DJ in the tree? Because people felt like they were saying that is DJ Terror was the person in the tree because of the clips. They didn't see they weren't watching the show, so they just saw the clip and they just said DJ Terror and there's this guy up on the top of the tree, like just gallivanting. How do you gallivant on the top of a tree? Anyway, he gave work. But yeah, the man walk out. I gonna enjoy myself. I ain't watching no face. Nobody gonna stop me. So Juve in the tree and Juve on the roof. Next year, y'all know what I mean. It's either a troop coming out of that, or there gonna be an event out of that. That's a whole other talk, you know. But I know me want to bring down people's spirit, you know. But maybe that's a question we could ask. Y'all think we're gonna road Juve next year? Y'all think we're gonna road activities next year? Think we're gonna be at that place? I don't know. Cause to be honest, last year I thought this year I was already making plans of how to cover the Juve and how we would make it a nice experience for persons overseas and stuff like that. But alas, it was not to be. So then after Bubba Juve, you had last night you had Soca Seas, which is a boat ride, and the night before you also had Collision boat ride too. It's a Collision boat ride. Some people went to Chatterbox Juve, went to Collision boat ride that afternoon, left the boat ride, just went, beard, came back to the Bubba Juve, and then went home, bed again, eat some food, and then went to Soca Seas last night. And then they walk in they're in somebody's office this morning working. I feel that's right. I feel they should be getting a full day pay today after doing all that this weekend. They can contribute to the boss work. Right now there's somebody with a Soca Seas band on their hand, dribbling on the desk. But we have somebody trying to join the conversation. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Good morning, Mr. Bailey. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Why, when I see that guy up in the tree, I was like, we know how to enjoy yourself. You know how to enjoy yourself.
That's an understatement.
It must commend him though, because he stood up there well long and actually to the top. That's a whole different level.
But
I just kind of tuned in about 10 minutes ago, right? So I didn't know if you speak about the Soca man.
Not yet.
Did you?
Not yet. We spoke a bit about it last on our last show, which was on Friday.
Oh.
But what's on your mind?
Well, I was wondering what you take on Pinocchio performance with the audio.
Yeah. Right.
I was wondering what your takes on it. If he had started a cover, you think that would have been an issue? You think the right thing was to just go ahead as how he was coming through?
I think the right thing was to continue, but at the same time, I think that I've been hearing that he's been making claims of feeling. I think the word he used might have been sabotaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he make a Facebook post as well.
Yeah, like I haven't seen the post, so I won't comment directly on that. But what I would say is, based on conversations I've had with judges, doesn't seem as well. One, I know there was a clip. I saw the clip that he put out. That like you could tell there was an issue with the audio. Now bear in mind that wasn't the case in the venue. So there wasn't audio. There wasn't. So the judges ain't even know that happened.
Oh.
Yeah, so the people on the stream listening to something different. The judges in the venue listening to their own, like there's a mix for the venue. So the judges would not even know that there was an audio issue happening. That only affected the stream. People who were looking online.
Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm. And then I was playing in the band, so of course I have a unique perspective on that.
Exactly. That's that's why I asked you the question too, and also you just mix answer as well. So
Right.
that's why I was trying to figure out what was the take, on it.
Yeah, like I said, like I could tell you at the beginning of his performance, like the band couldn't hear. So much so that I personally had called over one of the stagehands to alert them to the fact that there seemed to be an issue with the mic, at least from our perspective. Again, the judges didn't have that issue, but we on stage had the issue. So
Yeah, but,
yeah, so what happened was during the performance, they actually was working on it to try and rectify it.
because I was wondering too if that was one of the reasons why you guys started late too as well. If you guys were having some trouble, with system or whatever, why you guys started late.
You mean why the event started late on the night?
Yeah.
No, I think that was a power issue with the venue. There was a power issue at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there was literally low voltage at the venue. I think if you're watching the show live, at least once or twice you would have heard the host actually speak to the fact that we needed to address a power issue. So
No, I didn't catch it from the beginning either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Bless. All right, let's have another call. Caller, good morning. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Morning, Billy.
Morning.
Yeah. So I heard you talking about the situation with Pinocchio. I watched the full performance and I realized a few things. They were using a mic to pick up the audio that was playing when they had the videos on the screen. So what I think happened is that they didn't turn the mic off.
Correct.
So when you guys started playing, the sound keep bouncing back. So the mic was picking up the sound in the venue when music was playing.
Right,
So
correct.
The stream. You check?
But bear in mind that wouldn't be like I just said, that wouldn't be the case for the judges.
Yeah, they wouldn't realize that. It would be more.
It's just people online. Yeah.
Yeah, for the people online, they would definitely pick up that and experience that issue. But then now there was also an issue where Pinocchio was asking for certain things. For instance, he said one drop and stuff like that. And it seems like, well, I know you're playing the band, and you know my voice.
Yeah.
So I realized that you guys couldn't really hear what was happening. So then now I realized, okay, you are probably using in-ear monitors.
I'll give you the insight into that. As soon as they started performing, like you know how we go. So the band is able to communicate to each other, right? So the question came across: anybody could hear Pinocchio? Anybody could hear? The answer was no. So everybody took out their in-ears actually. So the order went out: take out your in-ears so we could just listen to what the artist is listening to. And even on stage you could, but you couldn't hear him. You just couldn't hear.
Yeah.
You just couldn't hear.
So it was probably a monitoring issue as well. So
right.
Maybe in hindsight, the best thing he should have done instead of continuing is just really pull the plug on it and ask for a restart, because I heard him also said the band can't hear me.
Yeah, because when we missed the cue, he looked around to us like, what happened? So it's like, we can't hear you, like we can't hear. Which by this time we had already alerted the stage crew that we were having issues hearing him. Yeah.
So my thing is that sometimes when as an engineer, if you have a sound system, it's best to have somebody on the stage to address problems immediately, because when you can't hear, it's just like pulling the work from under you.
Yeah.
As a musician.
Yeah.
So things like that, they should have somebody on stage to address those problems.
Yeah, I think what happened was
it's just like imagine you all of a sudden somebody talking to you, you're on the phone talking, and then all of a sudden the car gone dead.
Yeah, it's pretty much equivalent to that. Yeah.
Yeah, you check. So as a musician, we would understand this because we deal with these things. So I wouldn't put a blame on the band. It's just the situation and as to what happened. But sometimes people make the right choices and the right decisions. Sometimes things don't,
I
things
think
don't happen.
I think
No?
the main thing for me is at the end of the day it was a judge competition, right? And so
Yeah, yeah.
it's easy to tell. It's easy to tell where what caused you to place where you place because there's a score sheet. So I would hope by now the score sheets have been made available to the artists, and so they could see, where they fell short, what may have contributed to the position that they got.
But I'll
And
tell
and
you,
and I also want to I would also want to contend that perhaps if you were to look at the score sheets, it might tell a different tale to what he feels. Because it's one thing to say you feel a certain way, but in things like this, fortunately, there's evidence that you could go back to and say, oh, okay, this is what it was, this is what it. You understand?
yeah. But I would definitely, I would have felt, bad, definitely, because you could see from the props and everything, he really invested money into, the performance. Because I'll tell you, when I saw the video, certain things happen on stage that I was like, what? Wow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
With the gate, when he said open the gate and the gate like cross, the costume that he had,
Mm-hmm.
you could tell that he really invested money. So, he would have definitely, anybody would feel hurt that things didn't come out the way it was supposed to. Because you as the artist envision something now, so it's for it to manifest now in the physical how you want it, and if it don't happen that way, definitely you will feel hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I think, and I think, but you're a musician too, so you know what we're talking about when they say when it comes to live performance.
yeah.
Yeah, it don't always go as
Anything that's
planned.
aligned.
The thing that makes it, the thing that separates the good performers from the great performers is how to adjust when things don't go exactly how as they were planned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Generally, yeah. But, sometimes people might not get make the right decision 100% of the time.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, of course not. Of course
you
not.
know,
Of course not. Yeah.
it doesn't happen, but,
Yeah.
we have to move on and try, correct things and try to prevent situations like that going forward. So,
Yeah, for sure.
my advice would be next time as the sound system, whoever providing the sound, they need to have somebody stationed on the stage actively ready to address problems.
Yeah, like I said, you know how the thing set up. There was a monitor engineer and everything, but there was other considerations that made the person doing the job effectively a bit difficult. So, but yeah, man, but we can reason.
Yeah, man, cool.
All right, man. Good morning. Oh, we lost the caller. But yeah, no, that was a big talk all over the weekend. I mean, I don't really mix up in the talk too much, but like I said on Friday, I think that a lot of the artists really put in a lot of work. Unlike some of the other shows that we would have seen in the past, where you could tell that there were some people who were just there, to be honest, just fill up the space. I did not see that this past competition. I think so far, whether it is Calypso, the pageants, where we've had one pageant so far, we've had Soca so far. I think all the contestants have been really putting out their best efforts to try and just make the shows the best they could be, at least from that standpoint. But we have somebody on the line. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Yes, Mr. Bailey. Last week, I remember I was hearing the guys speak about this song that Hype had sing, Mr. Hype. Right? I'm not so clear if the guy was saying that it wasn't a problem for him to sing somebody's song. That the guy was saying last week.
No, I think the point that we were making was that one, when you say somebody's song, that is the issue I have. I think the only people would know how that whole thing goes would be the writers of the song and the producers. What I thought was unfortunate was that the producer for this song was literally on stage, and the co-writer for the song was on stage at the time. So those conversations needed to be had.
Well, yeah. Well, then the question is that can you enter a competition where the song, where the competition is judged, that you could enter with a song that okay, well, I know you could sing somebody's song, but not that it's already out there already,
You see what?
and it entered competition before.
You see how you pause just now is because you already start seeing by this could get real tricky depending where you start drawing the lines, right?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
because
you
could write a song and give me.
But not only that, I could most of the times when a song is so the recorded version already. So as a matter of fact, the person generally uses the recorded version of the song to then put their song together, to then go in and record over the song. So it's not to say that the song isn't recorded before. And again, this is a very tricky thing, a very tricky topic, because at the same time you're gonna have to start figuring out where you're drawing the lines. And not only that, for me, the bigger thing is what's the purpose of the show. I think a lot of times we get caught up in a lot of things and we just forget what the main purpose of these shows are.
But a question though, let's say he had a win, right? He had a win. Would he be selected to go in a overseas competition, like for instance, let's say Trinidad, to perform that song there as well?
Well, I think you used the wrong show. You can't use the Trinidad show, because the Trinidad show he could enter if he wanted to. You know what I mean? So but there's a show, for instance, that happens in Montserrat where you have winners from other regional events. So let's use something like that. So the answer would be yes. As the reigning king, you probably would have been able to enter into that
with
event.
The same song.
Yeah, with the same song. With the same song.
Okay.
A song that was used in a competition before.
Okay.
Yeah.
And next question that I wanted to ask too, along with Mr. Hype, when he brought out Molly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that, like Molly sing like pieces of his song into his song, would that be judged? Is recommended? Is okay?
Well, from my understanding, yes.
Yeah.
Because, in other words, it is also expected that you enhance the original arrangement of the song, whether by use of the band or whatever, right? So it's not a competition where you go up and you sing your song, and whoever sing the song the best win, right? There's literally points for augmenting the song, for changing the song, for adding pieces and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
So again, for me, when you're talking about the rules, right? And this is something that I've told the committee. I've been on the Soca Monarch committee when we started to bring it back. And so these are the discussions that you have, and to me the main thing is, what is it that you want to see? What is the outcome? Right? So you put the rules in place to facilitate the type of show that you want to see. If you want artists to, for instance, if you want to go out and have a Soca Monarch where people are jumping up and having a good time and thing, as opposed to a Calypso show where people may be a bit more reserved, right? Then you should incentivize that by giving points for it in the criteria. Right? If you want it to be that type of show, then incentivize the artists to make it that type of performance. So, I mean, again, it's the goal. If the goal is really to just like have an event where you showcase upcoming talent in the soca arena, right? Understanding the type of music soca is, understanding what environment it is, then the criteria should allow for things that would, facilitate that.
Okay, I got you. Something I don't want to, I can't actually remember. I can't remember.
But let me ask you a question. So you listen to two versions of the song?
Yeah, I did it.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. When you listen Valentino King version and you listen Mr. Hype version, it didn't cross to you that the backup song and Mr. Hype song was Valentino?
Why? No, I didn't. You see, the funny thing is, right, that I didn't put the listening ear to it. Maybe I should go back over it, because somebody's song, how you enter this competition with somebody's song. So I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So me now go type in on YouTube, 2 years. I see it 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? So I play, and I'm like, what?
I got
like
you.
Word for word going down. I was like, what?
I got you.
Like, me and understand that, but that was the only time I listened it.
Right.
I was like, no man.
The thing about it is,
that could be right.
all I would say, like, it's not my place. It's not my place to speak on it, and because the thing for me is that, like I said, the literal producer and co-writer, the song was on stage. Mr. Hype and his team will decide how they want to address it. So I won't make too much address it. But what I would say, though, but the reason I ask you, it's hard to believe that you thief a song from a man and the man willingly singing the backups on your song. That's all I would say.
But something like that, though, right? You don't think they probably should have make it known to the judges, maybe the committee. So in that event, that he won't look embarrassed that he will and they have to take back the code. Because I mean, something like that.
I mean, the truth is, if you anticipate, if you don't anticipate, the behavior can be the same whether or not you believe you're doing something funny or not. The behavior can be the same. It's either you might hide it because you feel like by this year kind of funny, or you ain't gonna hide it because, well, you know you ain't do nothing out of the way. So, and again, it's not my place to decide which one of those scenarios is true. They would have to be the one to put it out. Him and his team gonna have to decide what they're gonna do.
Because it's hard to read. Because he went all out to him, and that's he's a performer that I always looking forward to see, because he always go hard. That's one thing. He always go hard.
But that's the funny thing for me too, you know. The funny thing for me too is that whether or not you believe this song was whatever, you can't deny that the performance was a good performance.
Well, no. Well, I mean, just the previous car was saying, you know, they spend a lot of money for the props and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not, like, basically, like, you know, he did a lot. Like, you know, you went the extra.
Yeah.
And to see that, you know, you went the extra with that kind of, you know, pull back. It's real crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But I mean, they would decide. They're gonna decide what they wanna do. If that's what it is, that's what it is. Actually, I'm gonna read the article about it, the Win report about it in a second. Maybe I should do it now since that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate your call.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
What I believe is unfortunate about this whole thing to do with Soca Monarch is that, of course, here we are, as usual, unfortunately, the discussions that we're having are focusing more on the controversy. You know what I took away from the Soca Monarch? I said one of the things already. I said, one, we have a situation where the artists obviously are feeling more into the show for whatever reason. That is evident by the fact that all of the artists brought the A game. There was no artist that just came out, sang the song and went off the stage. That has happened. That has been a trend in the past where you could tell the artists them that ain't really thing. But even more so, the lead up to the event, a lot of the excitement was generated not by the committee. It was generated by the contestants. Even the contestants that didn't make it to the finals. That's the thing about it, you know. A lot of the excitement in the Soca Monarch was out there because of the actions of the artists. Even the ones that didn't make it to the finals. Right? And so I think that speaks well for the competition moving forward. But even more evident was the fact that during a pandemic, during a time when we have limited audience, limited persons who can attend, because it was a vaccinated only, just like all the other carnival events. It was a vaccinated only event. I don't have the exact numbers, but from my vantage point, it seemed as though this might have been one of the better attended Soca Monarchs in the past few years. Also happening at a time when some of the other events seem to not be having the same level of support that they would have had in previous years. So in other words, in previous years, for instance, Calypso eliminations, people can done. Calypso eliminations used to start 4 o'clock in the afternoon and people up there. And people in the crowd sitting and waiting. I don't think we had that same level of excitement this year, based on the attendance, and there might be several different reasons for that, including, the limitations on who could attend and whatever else. But at a time when we are seeing a drop back in the amount of people attending the show, we saw a rise in the amount of people coming out and going to the Soca Monarch. Nobody talking about that. I would have hoped that the rhetoric after the show would have been more to do with the fact that this may actually signal a resurgence for soca back in St. Kitts and Nevis. We had Nai from Nevis who entered the show. Just like how we have persons who go over for Culturama and be a part of the Soca Monarch, which I think is very healthy. I think the Nevis Soca Monarch is actually in very good standing. But we know we had some struggles with the one here. But I think this year saw an increase in interest at least. People are talking about the show. Even if people ain't went out, people were talking about the show. People are discussing what's going on. You stop there. Molly now is a certified superstar in my opinion. Molly Media is a certified superstar in my opinion. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that all these things happen, but unfortunate that those aren't really the talking points after the show. It's just unfortunate, but the show happened. The show was good. People seem to have had a good time, and I know already that people are going to be looking forward to next year. Cause the music was good. That's the other thing too. The music was good. I don't think there, at least so much so that I think there were a lot of good songs that didn't make it to the finals. That's how good I think the quality of the music was. So we're gonna need to have somewhere to showcase that, some of those songs, because again we're talking about investing money. Mystic, when you invest money in a song, maybe you write it, maybe you got somebody to write it, you have to pepper juice, you have to record it, you have to mix, you have to master it, you have to get artwork. All of this going on, all this thing have a cost, and then not even have an opportunity to perform the song anywhere one time. Not even one time you got to perform the song. Kind of rough. That they're kind of rough. So hopefully there's more opportunities for some of these artists to be able to perform the music, because a lot of the music was really, really good. Really, really good. But keeping with the topic at hand, this report said Mr. Hype disqualified from Groovy Soca Monarch contest by National Carnival Committee. In a press release on Friday, the 24th December, the St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Committee revealed that the first runner-up of the Groovy Soca Monarch contest, Mr. Hype, has been disqualified for the copyright of his song Marry Me, which was a direct knockoff from that of an artist known as Valentino King of Aruba. It's interesting. It's an interesting statement. The prestigious Soca Monarch competition is contested in 2 segments, Groovy and Power. Mr. Hype entered both Groovy and Power segments of the contest. Mr. Hype was crowned the winner of the Power segment of the Soca Monarch last night, which again this came out last week, where he expertly delivered his song titled Bubble to claim the Power Soca crown with 438 points ahead of T-Bone 390 points and Dijou 385 points. Now, guys, let me just stick up in here. Big up to Dijou one time. Dijou is not necessarily known as a soca artist, but if you're an artist, you're an artist. You're a performer, you're a performer. And Dijou went out and performed, right? And because of this style of the music he typically sings, I was actually very kind of worried about his ability to deliver. I know it was a good song, Alpha in particular, which was his Power rendition. I was kind of like, I got to wait to see this. But, bye. Again, if you're a performer, you perform. Full stop. So the press release confirms this decision, however, does not affect Mr. Hype's position as a monarch in the Power segment, and he remains with that title. Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting how this plays out. This might be it. Rich would be fine, and again, this is all up to Hype and his team to decide what they're gonna do. Yeah, so that we're gonna see. We're gonna see. And of course, if we're talking about Soca Monarch, of course, it would be remiss of me not to mention Nature B, who actually won the Groovy segment with his song We Missed That. I think he got 407 points for that song. And bye. Witty asking, did he perform for Bubble Juve? We're talking about Mr. Hype, I would assume. The answer would be no. No. But that's a whole other story there, because there were several acts that were slated to perform for the Bubble Juve that didn't perform. I'm not quite sure as to what the issues were. I know there was some level of disappointment. I think Grandmasters, who are the reigning road match champions, would have put out a statement. I don't even know if they put out an official statement. I know members of the band would have indicated ahead of time that they would not be at the show. I don't know if a reason was given. But of course, this is St. Kitts, and you got all the little shushu and the talk. But man, the Carnival Committee love a press release. Watch here. St. Kitts in general, everybody love a press release or what you call them? A press conference. So who knows, we might get a press conference about the reason why some of these acts ain't perform for Bubble. Either that or just enjoy what was there. It is live. It is still it is still posted on YouTube. You could go back and watch it, Bubble Juve, and relive it time and time again. And there were some really good performers and really good acts. So tell her Molly's a star now. Big up Upset Squad. Big up Ketty and the band. Who else performed? Small acts performed. Hey, why nobody talking about the return of Raskelly? Carnival 2022 signal the return of Raskelly to Small Axe Band. And to be honest, I'm hearing more people outside of St. Kitts. Champion. Let me tell you something. I had friends from St. Martin who were messaging me, asking me if I'm at the Bubble Juve. And I'm like, yeah, here. Like, what you're hearing is what I'm mixing. And they were like, boy, that man moving like as if it's the second coming of Christ. Like they're just thankful that they're able to witness this. People in Anguilla, there were people on some of the live streams talking about it. But bye people here watching that bye. Watch. There's certain things that go together. Right? Bread and pan cheese go together. You can't separate them. If you come from the place that colder than here, peanut butter and jelly, they go together. Right? Some people would contend bread and avocado, but I'm not doing that. But if it's two things that belong together, is Raskelly and Small Axe Band. So it is just good to see that things are happening how they're supposed to happen. But the band politics is something else. By we hearing both fight between band members. We hearing both band members throwing out long-standing members and bringing in members from other bands. But all kind of things going on in band politics. Band politics are almost as sweet as the regular politics. Almost as sweet. By Axeman talking about Pana Nitri again. I tell her Pana Nitri take over the entire Juve. As a matter of fact, he might be the Grand Marshal for next year's Carnival. You just have to wait and see. But speaking of the unvaxxed, the safest place for them might actually be in the tree. Because this I am here looking at the situation report. And I thought we were gonna do it, guys. I thought we were gonna get to 0 at some point, active cases. But Corona just like to tease. Corona's teasing me. I looking at this situation report, and I am telling you, I am taking bets. I don't know who wants to I don't know who wants to get in on the action, but I am taking bets that by the end of the week we're at 100 cases. Because right now, guys, the situation report as of Monday, 27th December 2021, states that within the last 24 hours, they would have had 10 confirmed new cases. Now, bear in mind, guys, usually on a Monday is when we get the low numbers here. Yeah, remember that's what been happening? On a Monday, we usually get the low numbers here. But we got 10. Okay. Read between the lines. Make your comparisons. Auntie Donna, big up yourself. And that 10 actually brought our active cases to 54 active cases. Right? So as of Monday, 27th December, 54 active cases. The question is to y'all, right? And this is the bet. I mean a gambling man, so me know the exact lingo. I don't know if this is a over and under. I don't know if this is a rate. I don't know. But you all believe that we're going into 2022 with double-digit cases or triple-digit cases. That, my friends, is the question. Now, bearing in mind, I'm joking about this whole thing, but you kind of have to, because we're at a place where we want, it felt as though things were just starting to kind of get back, at least in some areas, not all for sure, but at least in some areas we're seeing some movement and relaxation of the protocols, and we want to believe that we're going into 2022 following that trend. But you know, this thing is here to stay. This thing is here to stay. And so I want to encourage everybody to, yes, we might have passed the last wave, which was terrible. And let us learn from that. I know y'all ain't want to walk on in your mask. I know y'all ain't want to constantly be sanitizing and drying out your hand. Please walk with a little lotion so you could moisturize your palms. You could moisturize your palms regularly, right? Because the alcohol does be draining out some of my hand. I'd be seeing you look like I working in a chalk factory. But the thing, I don't blame nobody. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not judging. I understand what's happening. I'm saying there's ways to mitigate that. But we're gonna have to continue to be vigilant. We're gonna have to continue to be responsible in the way that we act. We can't just say, well, by one, I vaxxed or whatever, or two, but I just fed up. But no, you have to remain responsible. And of course, I and us here at Island Tea have really been pushing the need for people to take this opportunity to make small lifestyle changes to improve their general health, right? We've seen how your general health affects the way that you deal with the virus. And so drink more water, do a little exercise, ease up on the sugar, ease up on the coke. I know we both 6 hours right now listening to the show right now with a big coke in your hand. Put it down. Go for some water. You understand? Go for some water. Ease up on the sugary drinks. Them sugary drinks killing people, eh? I mean saying that, like, I'm being very, like, literal. Them sugary drinks killing people. I need to stop. I need to stop. I have close friends who in recent times, talking about the last few weeks, would have lost limbs due to the battles with diabetes. Yeah, we have to stop playing out here. I come in here last week, talk about how I cramping up and thing. I need to go drink some more water myself. So I doing whatever I got to do to try and make that adjustment. Cause I was a big water guy, and I still am. I don't really drink juice. I don't drink sodas. But my water intake was just low. You just like, you know, these times, some certain times a year you get so busy, you're just running around, when you realize, I mean drink no water. Or yeah. That's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. So I am personally trying to do better, and I'm hoping that everyone here. Remember, we're still on the mission. Make it to 2022, yeah, people. No matter what it brings, we gonna be there. I gonna be there. I want to say, are you? That's what going on. I gonna be there, and I want to see you guys, my friends, the Island T crew, right? So make sure y'all be doing operate responsibly. Make sure you all do whatever you need to do to protect yourself. Nobody's studying the mask thing now. I don't realize that. Everybody, everywhere you go, you got to put on your mask only to enter. From the time you reach in, that's the end of that. Last night I went to an event. I got my mask. I feel, it's like you feel strange because you don't got your mask. But I ain't going to catch me here. Because I got PCR test to do. When it is, by Thursday. I got PCR test to do Thursday, and then I stopping me from my trip here. So I gonna got my mask. You're not gonna watch me funny. But hopefully more people, continue to remain vigilant, continue to take the proper precautions and adhere to the protocols. Because we need to stem this thing before it becomes, because we see what it could get to. Anyway, they don't say they ain't locking down again, so maybe that's why I ain't here. Speaking of test. St. Kitts and Nevis to ramp up COVID-19 testing in 2022. Health authorities in St. Kitts and Nevis are preparing to ramp up testing in the new year so that any potential cases of COVID-19 are identified quickly and controlled. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws said that this measure is particularly important as the possibility of importing the Delta and the Omicron variants remains very high. It is the endeavor of the Ministry of Health to provide more testing opportunities or sessions where persons who are experiencing COVID-like symptoms can come and get their swabs taken to be tested, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws said during the December 22 edition of the National Emergency Operations Center's COVID-19 briefing. The enhanced testing schedule will be accessible for residents and visitors. We want to pick up any positive cases as soon as it manifests itself, Dr. Laws stated. Well, I love hearing this. And of course, I think it's necessary. I mean, it does kind of beg the question, like what kind of testing we've been doing before, when we ain't had no vaccine and we ain't had, and we had a bunch of cases and things. But apart, like, just recognizing that it needs to be done, yeah, that's vibes. That's vibes. Remember, a lot of I was laughing after Trump here. A lot of I was laughing after Trump when Trump said the reason the case is going up is because more testing. The man had a point. Yeah, people was laughing after Trump, and I was there like, sometimes something so simple, they make sense. Man had a point. So maybe that's what we're looking for too. The cases can go up because we're doing more testing, but at the same time, that's what we need to do to curb the spread. So very necessary. And kind of looking forward to how that program kind of rolls out. Is it going to be like health centers? And you just could walk in and get a test? Because I think as it is now, you could actually go to the hospital and get a test. So is it going to be that they put in more places, more testing sites around the island? Are they going to do drives? Are they going to allow, train more people? And this is something that we spoke about since last year, They need to train more people to do that. Yes, of course, there's going to be a bottleneck in terms of the limitations of the testing. And everybody could just, I don't think there's instant tests yet, at least not PCR. So there's going to be a bottleneck. But we could also build capacity as we go on, and we see that the need arises for this the ability for us to be able to test more. So hopefully that is what is going to happen. But I'm going to look forward to see how that plays out. Now, we spoke earlier about the fact that this is the holiday season, and it's a rough time for people. You know what does make it rougher? if you spend your time traveling to go home to be with friends and family, and because you love the people in your life so much, you wanted to, at this particular time, express that through the action of giving a gift. And when you get to your destination, the gift ain't there. Well, this very same thing is what seems to be happening to several travelers. A woman who returned from a flight to Europe with more than $3,000 worth of gifts in her luggage found the contents gone. And here's the kicker, guys. The gifts were replaced with dog food. Whoever take out the woman gifts them say exchange is no robbery. Exchange is no robbery. Gina Sheldon of New Hampshire also found an old t-shirt and a shaving cream bottle in her bag. There was a leather jacket I had purchased for my 16-year-old, Sheldon said. I had bought these really cute leather wristlet band purses that I had bought to give to various family and friends. Sheldon said she spent 11 days in Italy and stopped in Paris for a few days for business on her way home recently. When it goes to the scan and it continued on its journey, it looks like a real luggage product, she said, about the objects that ended up being in her bag. Sheldon booked her flight through Delta Airlines, but it was operated by Air France. We apologize for this customer's experience following Air France Flight 334. Delta told the station in a statement, we have affirmatively connected with our partners at Air France and the customer to find a resolution. Oh my gosh. Nah. Witty, you ain't get the gift? You ain't get the gift I send you? Okay, so it ain't only this lady losing gifts. These people right now. Look, I don't understand. If you can thief the woman things, just thief them now. You're gonna replace them with an old t-shirt and dog food. But you can't say the Christmas thieves ain't got a sense of humor by. Not even the Grinch start to do that. The Grinch tried to steal the whole of Christmas and he ain't give them back nothing. But this person decided buy some dog food. Thank you very much. This leather jacket look good. These leather wristlet purses look good. But so you see what's gonna have to happen now? Just like Witty, I'm gonna have to come and deliver my gift personally. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. I could deliver the gift personally. But some of y'all right now, I know had to go down Port Zante Friday afternoon, go find a gift because the gift for your order ain't come out of the port yet. I know a lot of you right now, they're studying what you're gonna have to do with the gift that now showing up as available for pickup. Big Tuesday morning, you check your app available. Let me check mine to see, because I write in the boat there. I can check my app, because they're trying to see what going on with my goods them all weekend, and thing just ain't working. So I don't know if it's so much people checking to see what going on with them that the whole thing crash. Wow, I don't know what's happening. But you got to be a different kind of human being to steal people Christmas gifts. Lord, man. You know, there's tons of reports about this happening up at the port. I don't know how it would happen, but I've spoken to persons personally that tell me they pack the barrel themselves. When the barrel reach, what they put in and where they put it in ain't there. But you are wicked in this place, bye. Axe, you need to cool. Don't worry with you. I can come, I can deliver the gift personally. Don't study that. They can't keep it. They can't keep it down. They can't keep me from expressing exactly how I feel. Okay. So we're gonna move on a bit because I don't want to serious out. I don't want to serious. This is a good New Year's episode. You know, like I don't want to serious it out too much. Eh? But we have somebody on the line. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up? Lost a call, but we have somebody else trying to get in. Hopefully I could pick up this one. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Yeah, morning.
Morning.
I know they had said that they'll be wearing body cam, right? Me see one body cam and one officer, and I could remember. Well, I was talking to someone the other day, and they were saying that it's not custom. Well, I guess they're trying to they're putting the blame on custom. They're saying is that it's the port people, right? How is it that custom is allowed to search a box, but yet not cut back the stuff? So they're saying is that customs do search the box, but then leave it to the port to go and search, pack back
To
the
repack.
stuff.
To repack. Mm.
Yeah. Like, me see that making much sense. I mean, if you take out some stuff, okay, you search whatever, then you're moving on to something else and say, hey, port, pack these stuff here.
I guess maybe the thought is that it's for efficiency. But maybe it creates a situation where things could go missing and nobody really responsible.
I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I even asked the question like, if searching your stuff before you deal, if it's something that used to go on in the past, and they said yes. I mean, I understand it. I even come to you and tell you, well, okay, let's say for instance that you plan something in there without my name, and I come there for my stuff, and you're telling me that I should claim whatever in there when you already search my box or barrel.
Yeah.
You know? So I should just, get a call for if it's, something illegal is inside there because you search my barrel or box and I wasn't there.
Yeah, it's a rough situation because I don't think the customs here operates different to any customs anywhere else in the world. For instance, I could order something from China. When it gets to the US, he going through customs, right? And then so maybe I'm doing a freight forward, so he going to America and then he come in here, and then they're gonna search it here again. No, I don't. I think they do have the ability to search. I don't know if they do it for every package or is a random thing. I don't know how that works. But in terms of the body cam, remember when I was talking when they came here and spoke about it, it was almost my impression that the body cam kind of came into play, or videotaping in general kind of came into play when they were searching it in front of the person. It's almost like, but again, like you're saying, but what sense that would make if they don't open it, or somebody had the ability to open it up before I even get here?
Exactly. I mean, I literally see people actually write, say like, they put 5 Vienna sausage in the barrel, they put on 5 on the box, on the barrel. 5 Vienna sausage, 10 sardines, 1 shot. 1 pant, literally write down everything that you put on yourself.
As you pack it right down.
I see one girl complaining on Facebook saying, oh, this thing finally reached to she doorstep where, customs take out she stuff them. And it's only, she wasn't paying much attention to it if 1 or 2 things missing, but she literally buys stuff and she realized, wait, this missing, but that missing, well, no. This missing too, and that missing.
Yep.
Yeah.
The question though is who is the most likely culprit? Would it be like I said, would it be port workers or would it be customs? I mean, everybody can't be having the same problem. And the thing for me that makes it more troubling is the fact that it seems to be so widespread. It means that there must be some collaboration. It ain't a one person up there doing it. You see where I'm coming from?
Exactly.
That's the thing, but that's the thing that's scary for me.
And that's the issue that nobody even trying to fix now.
Because in other words, right? If you try to fix it, it's almost like admitting that the issue coming from in your camp. You see where I'm coming from? So,
Yeah.
so everybody just saying bad us and full stop.
You just coming up. You going? Yeah. That's the funny thing, why?
Yeah, bye. But I don't even know what to say about that. But it does speak to a real serious issue that somebody gonna have to address.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate it. Man. Right? Up to when it was Christmas Day. I had a conversation with a customs officer about it. And his position was like customs ain't doing that there. We wear the body cams and all of that. You could go back and check whatever. The question is, from the time your package gets off the ship and to the port, it should be under surveillance. You should be able to track the persons who interacted with the package. You should be able to. And it don't have to be nothing specific. It could just be there's a camera in the warehouse, so you could see who enters and who come in and what section they went to and that kind of thing. But but we have a call on the line. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
And season's greetings to you. My voice is a bit hoarse, but I'm ringing because I just chanced to listen into the program, and I wanted to say that I wanted to express my concern at the experiences of people, but I also wanted to say that to put a counter position to the general trend of this morning's program, which is that I've been sending barrels down from England. I have a very good shipper in the city of Leicester in England, and I send barrels regularly to my family in Nevis. And we have never, when I say barrels regularly, like plenty barrels over the years, we've never had anything stolen.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say that because it gives the impression, I'm not saying the experience is not bad, it's horrible. I would be so mad if even, I could understand somebody when you go, back in the day when we used to get boxes, they used to say, Miss Barrett, give me one of them chocolate box. Give me one of them chocolates. You know, the customs, and we'd laugh and give them one. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in general, we've had a very good experience, and I send barrels with never a worry that my family will receive less than the full barrel. And literally this year, I flew down a couple of weeks ago, and my barrel was here, and she hadn't opened it yet. She left it for me to open. Everything just as,
Just as it was packed?
Yeah, obviously they were up and down because they had to go through it. I am not exempt from a complete check. I want them to check that I don't put nothing bad in there too. I want that, but at the same time, I can say that they don't trouble our stuff. They don't take our stuff out.
Yeah.
They don't take anything. Everything that we send is there always. So but I'm speaking of the Nevis port, and I'm speaking of the chap who broke his hours and so on. So I don't know. I think they could do probably with higher standards set at the port that the callers are speaking from.
Hello?
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, but I just wanted to add a little positivity, and if you have some positivity, then it sets an example of how things could go. Yes?
For sure.
Yeah, well, I just wish you all a much better 2022. All the best.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, and season's greetings to you as well. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that obviously there's a lot of things that come to the port, right? We hardly manufacture anything here, so I looking around and I could see that almost everything in my vision is imported. But and so let me say so that means that a lot of stuff, for the most part, comes through without any issue. It's just unfortunate that when you get to a place where it's Christmas time in particular, where persons are really looking forward to be able to give gifts, where persons are looking forward to having what they need to facilitate the celebrations around this time, whether that is food, whether that is clothing, whatever it is, that you have some unscrupulous persons who feel it best to take up things that belong to them, and it's gonna need to be addressed because it does not look good for the persons who are there doing they are trying to do the right thing and do their job with respect and decency. So hopefully that is addressed and these reports stop coming, because that's the only way we're gonna know, when the reports stop coming out, when we stop hearing people talking about these things. But we have a call on the line. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Hey, good morning, everybody listening. I just jumped in my vehicle and saw the tail end of what you're saying there about people stealing stuff. I was a victim of that, but I don't think it was done locally. Somebody highly sought after piece of electronic equipment that goes out of stock pretty quickly since last year up to now.
Oh,
I'm sure you can figure out what that is. I finally got one, and somebody saw it best to probably don't put it in the box. The shipping company, not the local shipping company, but where I bought it from.
Right.
Thought it best to, let me just put in this thing in there and take that thing, sell it or whatever. So by the time it got here now, excitement building, gone open the box. This other piece of way less valuable piece of equipment came.
Oh, wow.
To my disappointment. But the companies are very, very, probably the richest company in the world. I'm sure you know what company I'm talking about. They're very good at giving you back your money once you tell them what is what.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have a bad record. But, but it ain't necessarily your money you wanted back. You wanted the piece of equipment.
Right.
The piece of electronic, but it is what it is. So I'm just urging people out there, before y'all leave, y'all local shipper, please check your boxes before you leave their offices to make sure what you ordered is in the package, because it's going to be more difficult if you leave and reach home, check it late in the night and say, what this ain't what I ordered, you know what I mean?
Not only that, also leaving and get home to only to realize that it might be broken.
Exactly. So check these things before y'all leave the people in offices. I know it's a hectic time. And while I'm at it, right, a quick note to the government, a lot of these other companies. Every year we have this same situation, the VAT days, the reduced taxes and so forth. And to me, they're not getting more efficient at it, especially the port, Casper. Okay, imagine you get in something since like early December and it's still not available for you to collect. They should have taken heed over these years to either hire extra staff or build more or get more temporary housing to house things that are coming into the country, because they know from the 1st of December, things are going to start coming in massive quantities.
Not even the first, but right after Thanksgiving. Right after Thanksgiving, that's when the influx starts.
Exactly. But to me, they're not learning from the mistakes of years past, because this is not the first year we're having this. We've been doing this for how much years now? And to me, every day is getting worse. So, I mean, I see they're trying some stuff, and I'm not just bashing Casper, but a lot, even these freight forwarders, they need to be more efficient. And I'm mindful of the situation around the world when it comes to shipping. But I am talking about things that get into St. Kitts, not necessarily on the way to St. Kitts. Things want to land here.
Yeah.
Still another hiccup or bubble.
Another bottleneck, yeah.
Exactly. So I want these all these entities to start planning from now for next year. You know, because just to make things easier and more efficient.
Yeah, bye. Sound words.
Okay.
Sound words.
All right, then. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. But you see, that's the thing, you know. That's the thing. Why when we see what happening, right? We don't just adjust and make do. I realized for the last 10 seconds I'm trying to hang up this phone. You ain't doing it. There we go. But like the caller said, a lot. Every year we have these same issues. We have these same issues. You know, Christmas coming here. They don't just pop up Christmas on you and like to say they're gonna make an announcement. Say, hey, next week is Christmas. It's the same time every year. It's the same time every year, and we've been going through the same issues. And on top of that, the influx. It been going up, and not only just on the import, but like the caller said, even the VAT days and moving to like. I had to go to a supermarket, well, a particular store, and it just happened to be a VAT day. I just had a job and I needed something, and it was such a headache to facilitate that because it just the lines were ridiculous. But we have another call on the line. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island TV.
Yes, good morning. Bless, Rasta man.
Yeah, man. Morning.
Yeah, bless, yes. The honey missing, you know, without the combination, the program in this beautiful chef. when she be alone, sweet, when you're alone, sweet, and both of you are there. The real cup, the bush and the honey.
I got you.
I to say this, right? My advice is this. I mean, I think when the people open up the people goods, right? When they be packing them, they're gonna get mixed up. They put things that not in your barrel. I believe that's one of the problems.
So it might not be people stealing anything, but things getting misplaced and thing.
Yeah, misplaced, I believe. So because I don't think I'm going to put dog food in people's gifts. I think it's misplaced, you know what I mean? Yeah, but the item's great though. First time. I always listen to the item humbly, you know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
Respect, man.
Blessings. Yeah, that's another thing too. That's a good point. It might not necessarily be persons trying to steal anything. It could be based on how things happen. It could be because of and maybe we see this happening more now because of the amount of traffic passing through the port. So things are getting misplaced. Things are getting put in different containers, stuff like that. And the truth is, you can see the reports of the people who missing something. You can see the reports from the people who end up with something that ain't theirs. Them in the reports you can see, so that's a very good. That could be part of the issue too. That could be part of the issue. But whatever it is, you gotta fix. Whatever it is, you gotta fix. Because we can't afford next year they have to be going through the same thing again. I mean, there was things that I needed for work that I was kind of really, hoping would get here. You ain't get here yet. If I didn't make some changes and do some quick thinking, I might have been in some real funny situations when it come to work this December. Because there were things that I ordered since that will arrive since early December that I ain't get them yet. So we're gonna have to do better. But that's it. No. Tell her you're ready, Tell her you're ready. All these freight forwarders, I better start positioning yourself, You see the company that the person that the caller before last was talking about? The company there, people think there's a store, they're not a store, they're a logistics company. Yeah, they sell some things and so on, they have some but primarily they facilitate the movement of goods. That's what they do. And when these people start facilitating the movements of goods directly to your door, that's what's going to end up happening. And the reason it's going to happen is because we have proven that we are not efficient enough, that we are unable to facilitate the type of logistics that this world demands. Like we have to recognize that it's something we need to do. We can't afford to not do it. We're living in a world now where we all competing against the rest of the world. We're not competing against John who live down the road. We're competing against John who live up in Austria. We're competing against Janet who live in Australia. Right? And Peter who live in Austin. So what's going to have to happen is that we're going to have to recognize that these types of things, the delays in shipping, the time it takes, the fact that we have to pay extra costs because we then have to send it to here, to there, and every middleman got to get the cut because they're performing a service. So the increased costs, all these things are hindering our ability to compete effectively. So because of that, somebody can fix the problem. Somebody can fix the problem. And I don't know if it's going to be anybody here. If y'all don't want somebody else to fix the problem, then we got to fix it ourselves. Because when somebody else fix the problem, they're going to be the money. And we ain't going to care because we getting what we want. I think it's a joke. Whenever it happens, just remember y'all heard it here on Island Tea. When Amazon start to tell you, pay your customs one time on Amazon and we bringing it in directly to your gate. It ain't even coming up the port, it ain't coming nowhere. You either they're going to come here, then build a Amazon warehouse, and you just go pick up your things them, just like you're picking it up from the post office. Or they're going to just deliver it right to your door. Think, too easy. The Amazon truck going to pull up right by your house. All you're going to do is when you're putting in your information for shipping, when you got the second line, you're going to put in number 26, Stapleton Village, wherever. 3 houses up from Miss Matty shop. The Amazon coming 3 houses up from Miss Matty shop. I'm going to give you your thing. Don't feel like you heard it here. Uncle Royal talking to you right now. But that's what's going to happen because we are proven apparently we are incapable of solving the problem, and it's a problem. So somebody can solve it first. Somebody can solve it. I'm telling you, right? It ain't going to be much longer. You're going to pay your customs charges right on Amazon. Amazon and the government going to work out the maths. Government going to work out right there. But, so we ain't got to pay all these people to, and y'all going to just give us, so this is money we just going to cut. And we ain't got to worry about somebody doing something because you and them is friend and they in a good mood, or he likes the girl, so he take off something. Oh, what? No, okay. Okay, y'all think it's joke. Y'all think it's joke. Right now. Yeah, man. They're gonna start it just now. Go in, they're gonna start it just now. You're gonna pay your customs right on Amazon. Take it as I tell you. And once they do that, the next step is Amazon delivery to your door. Imagine you can order something on Amazon 2 days here in St. Kitts. To your door, you ain't gonna go to nobody else. You ain't gonna, to your door, here. Alright. When they got problems, somebody gonna solve it. I don't tell you, if you all want to make money, just solve a problem. If you all want to make money, solve a problem. It ain't got to be nothing big. You just got enough people who got the problem, willing to pay for you to solve it for them. That's all. That is all if you want to make some money. But guys, I'm going to take a short break because it's that time where, we're going to have to give appreciation to the people that make this possible every morning. And so don't go nowhere, stick and stay. We're going to be right back with more Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Clapping rhymes, the good food people. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas from Ram. Have a holly jolly Christmas this December when you shop at any of our Ram supermarkets and cash and carry locations in St. Kitts and Nevis. Enter to win an Apple Lions. Win yourself an iPhone 13, Apple iPad, Samsung 50-inch Smart TV, or a Whirlpool washing machine. Celebrate Christmas with Rams, where you're guaranteed better prices better quality and better value for you and your family. Happy holidays from Rams, the good food people.
Terms and conditions apply. See in stores for details.
Currently, there are rumors and falsified reports circulating on social media about the novel coronavirus. For accurate information and updates, visit the Instagram and Facebook page of the Health Promotion Unit or the Ministry's YouTube channel at SynKits Health Promotion Unit or SynKits HPU. You may also visit online the World Health Organization or the Caribbean Public Health Agency. For further contact information, please contact the Ministry of Health for more info at 467-1172 or 467-1108. You can also be sure to follow the news to get the local COVID-19 updates. Let's all try to remain healthy and well. This is a message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
Welcome back to Island Tea, guys, right here on my media SKN, with your solo fave, me, as missing Kevin Hanley and Jade Gwen Idita CPL Johnson. Well, guys, yeah, we were just talking about some of the stuff that been going on, in and around Carnival time, Christmas time, and last week we had been talking about last week we have been talking about the need for everybody to stay safe and make it to 2022. And like I mentioned earlier, we have lost a very important figure in the struggle for equality, a moral voice, and just a person who really represented, Africans who want the best for Africa, right? Desmond Tutu, South African equality activist, dies at the age of 90. Desmond Tutu, South Africa's Nobel Peace Prize winning activist for racial justice and LGBT rights and retired Anglican Archbishop of Cape Town, has died, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa announced Sunday. He was 90. An uncompromising foe of apartheid, which was South Africa's brutal regime of oppression against the black majority, Tutu worked tirelessly, though non-violently, for its downfall. The buoyant, blunt-spoken clergyman used his pulpit as the first black bishop of Johannesburg and later Archbishop of Cape Town, as well as frequent public demonstrations to galvanize public opinion against racial inequality, both at home and globally. Tutu's death on Sunday is another chapter of bereavement in our nation's farewell to a generation of outstanding South Africans who have bequeathed us a liberated South Africa. And that's the statement that was made by the president. From the pavements of resistance in South Africa to the pulpits of the world's great cathedrals and places of worship and the prestigious setting of the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony, the Archbishop distinguished himself as a non-sectarian, inclusive champion of universal human rights. Tutu died peacefully at the Oasis Frail Care Center in Cape Town, the Archbishop Desmond Tutu Trust said in a statement on Sunday. Tutu had been hospitalized several times since 2015 after being diagnosed with prostate cancer in 1997. Typically, he turned his own misfortune into a teaching opportunity to raise awareness and reduce the suffering of others, said the Tutu's Trust statement. He wanted the world to know that he had prostate cancer and that the sooner it is detected, the better the chance of managing it. In recent years, he and his wife, Leah, lived in a retirement community outside Cape Town. Now, throughout the 1980s, when South Africa was gripped by anti-apartheid violence and a state of emergency giving police the military sweeping powers, Tutu was one of the most prominent blacks able to speak out against abuses. A lively, wit lightened Tutu, hard-hitting messages, and warmed otherwise grim protests, funerals, and marches. Short, plucky, tenacious, he was a formidable force, and apartheid leaders learned not to discount his canny talent for quoting apt scriptures to harness righteous support for change. The Nobel Peace Prize in 1984 highlighted his stature as one of the world's most effective champions for human rights, a responsibility he took seriously for the rest of his life. Guys, so this is just alerting you guys of his transition, and rest in peace to the Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Like the article is saying, a real figure for equality and human rights activist for quite some time. We have a caller on the line. Caller, good morning. You're live on LNT. What's up? Oh, lost the caller. See if I get this one. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Greetings, friends.
Hey, man. Morning.
Are you bush here already?
Yeah, man. Too easy.
Thanksgiving. How are your colleagues? Them good? Everyone good?
Everyone good. Jade should be back tomorrow, but everybody's doing well.
Thanksgiving. Well, it's in order. I'm more article condolences out in order for the Desmond families universally, not just in South Africa. He got families all over the world because the kind of man where him live, you know?
Right.
Yeah, just more life. I see death. We have to conquer it one day, you know. Yeah, them attack say, they have the saying say, you must dead. What about you must live? We was created in the similitude of the Creator. The Creator is immortal.
Mm-hmm.
And I really see it say that people was created to live. Just live. Yeah, whatever it is introduced, that we have to get rid of it. Yeah, because that shouldn't be something that people look forward to. Why people don't look forward to life? Life, just live.
Right.
Just live. Our trees live longer than people. Trees. Yeah. I mean, it's a serious thing. Why people looking forward to this death thing? Yeah, man, death for go away. Yeah, that thing for just be no more. And people have to make that happen. And human beings have to make that happen in their liberty. Liberty can make that happen. Yes, we still say, the bubble soak, the bubble thing go through. But we still say that people are carnival belongs to Valerie. And we still say that the vax and the unvax should be allowed to participate. We still say that.
Agreed.
You know, because it is said that even when you vaccinate, you can still blah blah boom boom. See?
Indeed.
That is part of the science. That is said. That information roll out. So therefore, I mean, allow people just say, okay, mask up. But I just say people now wear masks. Me myself not into it, but people in the death style. There's nothing life about that. People in the death style, they will wear masks. Them health stay away.
Right.
Yeah, so them have them protection at all time. Them be careful with them body. But them not do that. Them dead style set up here, and them now wear no mask. So them just vulnerable to a whole heap of things. So Prince, me here, you make your sound say, you know, you them look upon you, you know, but don't bother about you look upon them look upon you, you know, just the way you have to do, you know. Just the way you have to do, Prince.
True that.
Blessed love, and give thanks to the information flow in the morning, yeah. Yes, we be listening, but we said, yeah, time to step in with the more condolences.
Indeed.
Yeah, family, Brother Desmond, you know, Brother Desmond is quite a man for a churchical man, you know.
Yeah.
You see them, these churchical people who stand out in them, where they, no, we have to recognize them.
Right, indeed.
Few churchical people stand out, you know. The meditation go upon all Paul Bogle and all them man in Jamaica who was part of church, and them just stand up with the masses, just stand up with people.
Yep.
Very important. Yeah, man. Give thanks again.
All right,
Blessed
man.
love.
Bless. But yeah, guys, definitely a huge loss for South Africa in particular. But for just black people in general, and for people who really just care about human rights and humanity. But we have another caller on the line. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Good morning. Season greetings.
Season's greetings.
You already done win your $900,000?
Not yet.
There's a scammer going out, you know. So please, everybody get about the information.
Oh, man.
Please, everybody get about the information. Bye.
All right, thanks. Hey, but that's a real thing, though. That's a real thing. What the song said, the scammer them there. The scammer them there. Up to this weekend, I was watching Sugar Bowl snap. Sugar Bowl had a field day with one of these scammers. Had a field day, pretending that he was actually, you know, going along with the scam. And I think it was very important to show people how far they would go. This person literally sent him testimonials. So there was video. The person actually sent him video of a person saying, oh, how this is not a scam, and they're so thankful that they were able to get this money and blah, 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 blah. Watch it. People not give up free money. Anybody telling you they give you any free phone, free money and them thing there, like, watch it with your side eye. But good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Good morning, me Island T, your girls and boys. How are you doing?
We're doing well. Good morning to you.
Jam yesterday. You jam yesterday. And you were playing music for me before you get knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one that stop when last year they good coming down to November. Oh, you got 900,000. Anybody watch me give me $900,000? When you look now, me ain't take them on. One time I zoom into them, and then you say you put me on to the Samsung, it's something, and Samsung, the company got some more money to give it. When you look, they're putting me on, then he sent me this lady from Barbados. Oh, yes, I get it. I'm so thankful for it. So loyal.
Yep.
When you look, I studied them for months now. Come on again, zoom in on me the other day. And then you look at your old same 900 something number. 234 900. 520 number. I said, I don't fire there, you hear? And you look, every 5 minutes, take the man, he come back in another number now. You know him take the man. Then one day, me and my friend went out. So we up Valley Mart. She got a call. Here. Oh, Mr. Somebody. Not Valley Mart up TDC. We went to drop a lady because she's a taxi driver to do a little shopping in TDC in the afternoon. So she said, oh, no, a call coming for me, you know. And I must see somebody overseas, you know, got a job for me, you know, a tour job. When I check it,
Take your time, take your time.
sorry, I got a little flu man from yesterday also. Hope the task goes so you can look for me. Yeah, brother, me really want to take the thing, you know. And drink me lemongrass till last night and me salsa bush. Now when I look, I told her, let me see your phone. I said, I'm out thieving people, about call the number. I said, call a number. And I'm out thieving people 234 900 520. I only worry them. But money, I must another thing, Tal, go so here.
Tal.
You know, they're going with all your credit and when you still, they bus off, you know. I don't know, they don't leave people alone. Is Africa doing it or most many people doing it?
I come people from all over, yeah? People from all over.
Oh, they do this scam thing.
That a whole big scamming thing in Jamaica, like some of the other islands, like yeah, all over.
Like 2017, idea go to, you know, coming out to Christmas, I said this meal come. Oh, they in Germany and it is very important. You know, they have business here, business. Oh, please. Just take a letter show me the thing. I said them thieving people. I just put it there till I get ready about it. About Germany. When me don't go write Germany to them, me could talk German. Yeah, I'm good there, yeah, Island TV, my son, you know, to call them. You know what came out the other day?
What's that?
They caught some people into somebody over here were going about if I join you and you join somebody else, you could get 900 euros, 800 euros.
Oh, yeah, they play this the partner hunting.
When you look at some people get rip off.
But yeah, a lot of them.
Because somebody told me she put in, and up to now she never gets your money.
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
Huh?
But we live you learn, you know. You live and you learn. You just don't let catch you again.
Me? I don't study with them. They don't allow you. Okay, you have a good day.
All right, you too. The thing, don't let them thieving people come take our money. No, but this is a real thing that's happening, eh? And the truth is that it's playing on people's desperation. There's a reason why we're seeing so much of this scamming thing getting so prevalent now. Is because they understand people are in desperate situations. People looking for something to give them a little hope. And sometimes they're willing to just do whatever to get the opportunity. And the scammers them know it. The scammers know it. I tell you, I couldn't believe that they have testimonials. People saying, yes, this is legit. This changed my life. It can change yours too. All you have to do is just fill out this form, answer a few questions. It's nothing hard. And you too can enjoy, just like I have enjoyed, all the happiness of some random person giving you $900,000. That's what they said in the video. Them well produced. I wonder how much them people get paid to put their face on a video to talk about. They're telling people this is legit. But hey, up to the other day when we spoke about it on the show, somebody tell me they're blowing up my phone lately. I don't know. They're getting these numbers off of this, maybe Facebook or something. But you just have to be vigilant. You just have to remain wise and look out. Hey, and when our friend them come to Aya and tell you about this here, please, whatever you have to do. I've seen persons give up their life savings to people in India because he thought it was a nice pretty girl come marry him. You understand? You know, some man in a skirt somewhere in India sitting down eating conkles. Yeah? Think he talking to something to the love of his life. Every night he log on and talk to this woman. You know the woman got a big beard and a family. Anyway. Desperation. Be careful of the decisions we make out of desperation. A lot of times it's them they're gonna screw us up. Be careful of the decisions we make out of desperation. A lot of times those are the ones that can put us in trouble. Temper your emotions, temper your decisions. Mind. Don't say Uncle Royal ain't one of you. Alright? But on that note, I realize that the time is fast spent and I'm going to have to get out of here. I'm going to have to leave. I have to go after this and back. Hey, big up to Mr. World. Somebody messaged me the other day, asked me how old Mr. World is. This is during the Bubble Juve when they see Mr. World bouncing going around. Right? I say, I don't know how old Mr. World is. I don't know his exact age. But I do know he's from a simpler time. A time when if you wanted to ask a lady to show you her undergarments, you did it with respect and said please. So I don't know what time of the decade, what decade that was, but whatever decade that was happening, where you had that type of manners, that's a Mr. World fan. So just respect it. Ladies, please. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to go. It's been rich. I appreciate everybody who logged on, all the callers who came and kept me company. Appreciate your big time. Whether you watched us on YouTube, whether you watch us on Facebook, whether you listen to us on winmediaskn.com, or you listen to us on 98.9. Really appreciate you guys taking the time out to come and listen and just be a part of what we do here. Because without you, this wouldn't be nothing. Yeah, this would be nothing at all. And so we're grateful. But guys, remember, you can't buy a cup of tea because you is not a mug. We're going to see you guys tomorrow.